Okay, we're going to make a slave board out of an AIO board. This is a Gen 4 or revised board. And we're going to show you how to make this into a slave board. And we'll solder it up. Okay, first one we're going to start out is D6, which is a diode. You'll see a black band. The black band goes to the square hole. So on the board, I want to find D6. And I'm going to put the black band to the square hole. And I'm going to leave the diode stand up, so I'm going to put that through. And I always take a pair of pliers to pull it through. So we're going to pull that down. And that's D6. And like I said, now we're going to solder that in. So I'll just take my solder. See if I can get that in there. And we're going to solder that in so it's standing up like that. Now I'm going to clip those wires off the back side with a pair of clippers. I'm just going to snip them off. You don't want to cut them off too short, you'll cut the solder right off the board. Okay, that's D6. Okay, I'm going to do R10, which is a resistor, and R15. R10, it doesn't matter which way resistor goes in, but we do want these resistors to stand up. So we get R10 in. At the pole, make sure they get pulled. It'll stand up like that. Now I'm going to solder that in. And cut my leads. Now the next one will be R15, which is on the other side of the board. So this is R10, R15. You do gotta make sure you put it in the right hole. So R15 goes parallel, but you don't want to stick it in the hole of the chip. So we're going to pull R15 in. And we're going to solder that in. Now make sure you get R15 in right, because you don't want to solder it to one of these other holes here for the chip. So I'm going to cut them off. Next we're going to do R11, which is a 10K resistor, which is right beside R15, goes straight up. So we put that there. And one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the stuff for the programming cable on. so that I can program this board right on the board. Okay, now I'm going to do R19, which is 10K. Put it in there. Solder it down. And we'll clip the back wires off. Now I'm going to jump to R12 because it's easier to get it now. And it's, you'll see it right here. We'll get that pulled. Soldered in. And R12's in. And we'll cut the leads. Okay, the next one I'm going to do is R13, which is pretty close to R12. I'm going to slide that in there. Solder it down. And that's R13. Okay, we're going to do R14. Also make sure you get in the right holes. It's off to the side, but you don't want to get into the chip holes. So there's R14. Pull them up and we'll solder it in. R14's in, as you see. Okay, I'm going to jump down just because I haven't pulled out. It's R18. I'll put that in. We're going to pull that up. Oops. And then we're going to solder it. Now some people, I'm doing this for the camera. Each one individually. Some people like to put all of them on and just solder all your resistors at one time. So that's R18. R18. Little, I'll pull it up. Okay, we're going to do R17 now. I'm going to put it in there and bend it over. This is the last of my resistors. Pull that, solder it in. So R17. Okay, I'm going to jump to now C7, which is over here. It's kind of hard with my big fingers in a way. But that's C7, and it's marked. Everything's marked on the board, where they go and what they are. Solder that in. Clip off the legs. Okay, C7's in. Now we're going to jump over to C8. Right here. Pull that through. That's C8. Solder it in. And that's soldered in. I'll cut the legs off. Okay, we're going to jump to C9. Which is kind of close to C8. C9. I'm going to solder it in now. And C9's in. Now I'm going to do C10, and I'm actually going to be the short leg or stripe to the square hole, and I'm actually going to put on the other side of the board on this one. Short leg, square hole, white stripe, square hole. And I'm ready to solder that in. And C10's in. Okay, I have the 3.3 volt regulator, and we're gonna put it right here. You go by the outline. There'll be 3 pins. And we push that in. I'm going to solder those wires. So that's our 3.3 volt regulator. Snip them off.